You might not remember the exact moment, but there was a time when you learned to vanish. Not in the dramatic, cinematic way of running away, but quietly, slowly, like mist slipping between cracks in the floorboards. This is how a child disappears. Not because they were weak, not because they lacked presence, but because being seen felt impossible. You became small in the spaces where attention should have lived. You listened more than you spoke. You noticed everything, the subtle shifts in tone, the pauses that carried judgment, the sighs that carried disappointment. Without realizing it, you began to move in silence, to float just beyond the edges of awareness. What saved you then, now imprisons you, in ways that are soft and persistent, like the echo of a door closing softly behind you. In the quiet of childhood, you learned to read the room before it read you. You learned hypervigilance without a name, anticipating moods and reactions with the precision of a watchmaker. You adapted. You became skilled at predicting the unspoken, adjusting your volume, your gestures, your very self, until it blended into the background. Not because you were weak, but because you were human, and humans survive by finding the spaces where danger does not reach them. There were moments when you felt nothing but the hum of invisibility, the small comforts you carved for yourself, a hidden book, a daydream that took you somewhere warmer, a whispered joke to yourself in the closet. These were not escapes. They were survival. They were soft, secret proofs that you existed, even when no one else noticed. Over time, these habits hardened into patterns. Your quiet observation became a lens through which you navigate the world. You watch first, speak cautiously, feel the weight of your own presence before it lands anywhere. Emotional attunement came easily because you learned early to sense without needing to be sensed. And yet, even as an adult, the child who vanished sometimes lingers, pausing in corners of rooms, imagining that the world might still overlook them. And still, there is a strange intelligence in this invisibility. It allowed you to endure, to notice the small details that others miss, to cultivate empathy without demanding it in return. But it is double-edged, carrying a quiet loneliness that whispers in unguarded moments. Relationships can feel tentative, exposure risky, connection heavy. The same instincts that once kept you safe now ask you to negotiate a world that does not always honor subtlety. Perhaps, if you listen carefully, you will recognize that the child who felt invisible is not lost. They are folded into the spaces you move through today, shaping your awareness, your depth, your sense of self. And there is a soft kind of release in noticing them, not as someone to rescue, not as a wound to fix, but as a presence that quietly exists alongside you, carrying both survival and understanding. And in that quiet acknowledgement, there is a strange, gentle truth. Being invisible once did not mean you were unseen by life itself. The child who disappears continues to notice, continues to feel, continues to inhabit a world that is at once delicate and full, subtle and enduring. And now, perhaps, they are simply there,